Welcome, friends, to another episode of Aslan Speaks. Today, we're going to talk about the Eightfold Path. It's referred to Buddhism, but it has many spiritual applications. And my goal in this channel is to help encourage you, yes, if you're listening to this, to become the best version of yourself. And if you're feeling lost, if you're looking to gain more wisdom or life knowledge to help you in whatever accomplishments or achievements you're trying, you guys can always support me by getting my books, Hidden Knowledge, Gained Wisdom, Hidden Knowledge, Gained Insight, and Hidden Knowledge, Path to the Divine. And I just published my fourth book, I'll put it up here, called The Alchemist Path to Inner Transformation. And that's all about you becoming the alchemist of your life and transmuting your life from like lead to gold. And it's a very powerful book and has a lot of very powerful subjects and topics and very insightful. Now let's begin our journey, guys. If you stumble upon this video, it's probably because you're searching for something. We all have that inner knowing in our soul that's telling us, hey, we need to do this or we need to do that. Or, hey, we need not to do this. Maybe we have certain behaviors that we need to work on. Life is a journey. It's a process. And it's down to you to achieve what you want to achieve or not to. So, the Eightfold Path in Buddhism, a guide to personal growth, recovery, and fulfillment. Applying ancient wisdom for modern well-being and spiritual awakening. I do this, guys, because over the years I've had spiritual awakenings, and we all have multiple spiritual awakenings or insights, and we grow and we evolve. And that's what I do. I evolve and I grow. And I try to help you guys evolve and grow, and that's up to you. The Eightfold Path is one of the more core teachings of Buddhism, offering a practical roadmap for anyone seeking happier and more meaningful life. Are you seeking a more happier and meaningful life? Though developed over 2,500 years ago, the principles remain deeply relevant today, helping people overcome struggles, improve relationships, make wiser choices. Don't we all want to make wiser choices that we all had in our life? Those moments where we didn't think too clearly and we reacted on impulse or anger or addiction, and we made a choice that had a negative effect on our lives. So our goal is to make wiser choices, to overcome our struggles and improve our relationships, may they be romantic, friendship, or family, or even co-worker. We want to create a more fulfilled and lasting life, a life full of fulfillment. Whether you are interested in personal development, recovering from addiction, or spiritual growth, the Eightfold Path provides a timeless guidance for everyday living. And guys, can you hit that like and share if you find this helpful? It encourages me when I gain more followers and get interactions to put more content out there. I'm a busy man, and I'm currently working on my fifth book, but I try to get out there the best I can. Here's a daily explanation of the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is divided into 8 interconnected practices. And if you incorporate these practices in your life will change. You will see gradually transformation. Grouped in these 3 categories, so here's the categories of what you'll learn in the Eightfold Path is wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Like, we all need to use wisdom. We may have knowledge, but true wisdom is being able to learn that knowledge and implementing it in a proper way. Ethical conduct. A lot of us now in this modern world, a lot of people are following short of the ethical conduct line. It's all about me, I, and then take, get, without giving. And mental discipline. I wrote in one of my books that, I think it was book 2, hidden knowledge, gained insight, that I talk about the chapter called weakness of mind. And then I pose the idea that the reason our society has fallen and people haven't reached their truest potential is because they lack mental discipline, because weakness of mind. They give into all these temptations and all these distractions and all these random thoughts that pop in their mind without mental discipline. And I've used mental discipline in my life, guys, and it has changed my life drastically for the better. So the Eightfold Path, lesson 1 is right view. To view things correctly. Understanding reality as it is, including the truths of suffering, its causes, its end, and the way to overcome it. This means seeing things clearly without distorted or denial. The right view. We are often in this world where we see things through rose-colored glasses, and we don't want to see the truth. Maybe it's a relationship, and you're like, yeah, even though your partner or person has done so many red flags, so to speak, you still view it in a rose-colored glasses sense and put a spin on it, denying the negative behaviors, and then that person hurts you and hurts you more. We have to take a step back from our lives and view things in a calm, collected perspective, and not foggy or murky up the water, so to speak, with our own distortions. So learn to see things right view. Learn to sit with yourself and look at it from different perspectives. Question the situation in your life through multiple lenses, and then formulate an opinion. Lesson 2, right intention. Committing to ethical and mental self-improvement. So committing to ethical and mental self-improvement. This involves letting go of harmful thoughts, cultivating kindness, compassion, and non-attachment. A lot of our reasons we have problems in this life is because we form attachments to things, people, materialism, relationships. And due to our own harmful thoughts, our own negative emotional turmoil within us, we stir up things, and sometimes we make up things, you ruin things because of your own negative mindset, your own limiting beliefs, or you're projecting things onto somebody, or onto a career, job, or whatever the circumstance may be, and your own negative thoughts and emotions are murkying the water, so to speak, and in a way causing that to happen. And if you chose to correct your mind with what's that word, hold on, sorry, I'm having a train of thought here. Learning to use a disciplined mind, and if you have that negative thoughts or projections that you're casting, you could recognize it in your mind and be like, wait, stop, I realize I'm being negative. I realize I'm allowing my negative emotions to take root in me, and you can choose to change your thinking or your emotions. It's easier said than done. And cultivating kindness. There's a awesome law called karma, or cause and effect. Look what happens with a cause and effect. If you come into work all angry, all moody, and you're negative, and you project and dump all your negativity on a coworker, or anger on usually that coworker or somebody picks up the anger and is angry themselves, or is in a negative state because of how you came in negative, and then you projected that negativity on other people, and then that person, cause and effect, became negative. So learning to change your beingness to what can to change this, the circumstances. So cause and effect is, so someone came in negative, what somebody comes in happy and cheerful. And this talks about happiness and cheerfulness to everybody else. Then usually other people are happy and cheerful. Cause and effect. Right intentions, guys. The problem with this world is some people have some negative intentions. They're out to get you, so to speak, for themselves. Their intention is to maybe trick you to get money out of you or whatever their own personal gain. Lesson 3, right speech. Speaking truthfully, kindly, and helpfully, avoiding lies, gossip, and harsh words. In this world, we got so much gossip going on. And so many people who like to talk negative or belittle somebody. That's not cool, guys. Your words are power. In the book of Genesis, when God was forming the world, what did he say? God spoke the world into existence. What's speaking? It's vibration. Vibration, when as I speak to you, you can hear the vibration and frequency, energy behind my words, and you can intuitively know if they're speaking truth to you or not. That's why many people who have this ability could talk to somebody and be like, wow, this person's full of, you know what I'm saying. I gotta watch what I say on YouTube, but full of, or you can tell, hey, wow, this person's sincere, kind, because you're not picking up on what they're actually saying, but you're picking up on their energy, the vibration, the frequency that they're putting out there. So learn how to speak right. Number 4, right action. Acting in ways that are ethical and respectful towards others, such as not harming living beings, not stealing, avoiding sexual misconduct. We lived in a deprived world, my friends. And we have all have moments of temptation or moments of us not being in our best higher selves or our higher state of beingness, and we do actions that are harmful not only to ourselves but to others. And I want to pause this. What actions in your life, my friends, are you doing that are harmful for you or not in your highest interests? Your soul speaks to you and you know. And what can you do to improve that? Because everything is, like I said, cause and effect. And if you do right actions, if you speak kindly towards others, and you do positive, loving things or positive actions towards others or people in your life or situations in your life, that usually comes back to you in a positive way. But if you choose to do negative, usually negative will come back to you. That's also called the law of attraction. Number 5, right livelihood. Choosing work that does not cause harm and is ethically positive. This means earning and living in a way that benefits rather than exploits others. So, right livelihood. Some of us pick careers that are not in line with our soul's truth. But we got to do what we got to do to survive in this world. Pay that tax man. Pay that mortgage, or put a roof over your head, or feed the bills. Sometimes we have no choice to find a career or job that is not aligned with your soul's truth, but yet you have to do it because you need to survive. And I understand that. I've been there. But you could take that job with the notion to, hey, I will find something better, more suited for me, and more aligned to my soul's truth. And usually when you get out of that, choosing that, we're talking about careers too, but right livelihood is also how you live, your environment that you place yourself in. Do you place yourself in a positive, healthy environment, positive, healthy friends who encourage the best out of you? Or do you place yourself in an environment that is toxic or poisonous for your soul? And then you give into that negativity, and then you find yourself, instead of you following the path of prosperity and enlightenment or whatever, you're following a good path, you end up in a wrong environment, wrong friends, wrong family members, wrong situations that you place yourself. You find your path, as I call it, the path of despair. What path are you choosing? Number 6, right effort. How much effort do you put in your life? Diligent, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that really well, but we'll try. Diligently cultivating positive states of mind and letting go of negative ones. This involves ongoing self-discipline and self-motivation. So we need self-discipline in our life, guys. We need a motivation and learning to cultivate a positive state of beingness. When you're in a good state of beingness, your life thrives. Your environment thrives. Your friendship, your relationships thrive. Your job thrives. But when you're in the wrong state of beingness, in a negative state, usually you attract more negativity to you. You got to put effort in your life. What effort are you putting into better your life? What effort are you putting into get promoted or get a better job? What effort are you doing to provide a better means for your family? Are you spending 8 hours on the couch binge watching Netflix when you could take that same time and put that energy into something that could make your life more fulfilling? Number 7, right mindfulness. Right mindfulness, guys, especially in spirituality and bettering your life or becoming the best version of yourself, mindfulness is key. Being present and aware in each moment, observing thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. So, learning to be aware of your emotional state and your thoughts and feelings, and how your thoughts and feelings affect every action and choice that you do. And over time, when you become aware of this, you could choose like, hey, I'm feeling anxiety and fearful because of this situation, like, and the outcome. When you could change it, like, why am I recognize I'm being fearful. I recognize I'm being filled with anxiety, and guess what? I'm gonna release that and choose positivity, and that whatever outcome that I'm wishing to happen is going to come out and work in my best interests. And lastly, 8, right concentration. Developing deep focus through practices like meditation, leading to mental clarity and inner peace. So there are these practices that can help you. There's meditation, there's yoga, there's just taking a walk, going to the gym. There's healthy behaviors that help you, and then there's negative behaviors that lead you astray. And it's up to you to choose which works for you. Applying the Eightfold Path in everyday life. Each aspect of the Eightfold Path can be practiced in daily activities. For example, you might use right speech by choosing to resolve conflict gently with friends or coworkers. So you could choose, like, hey, I'm gonna choose to speak properly and nicely and compassionate instead of being demanding or angry towards a coworker or whatever situation. You could choose to speak lovingly, even though you may disagree or someone did you harm. You could choose to speak lovingly and gently to a friend or coworker, and usually when you do that, it produces a better outcome. Right mindfulness can mean taking a few minutes in each day to pause and notice your thoughts and emotions. So take time to reflect. I do that every day over a cup of coffee. I sit with myself and I look within and I collect my thoughts and emotions, and I prepare myself to be in the right state of beingness for the day. And when you notice your thoughts and emotions, it helps you respond rather than react. We're always in this world, always reacting to external things, but instead of reacting, you got to learn how to respond properly. Right effort might involve settling small, achievable goals to replace old habits with healthier ones. So, right effort means like, hey, maybe you're trying to lose weight. Okay, and maybe I've been there with the weight thing. But instead of, Rome wasn't built in a day. Little baby steps, taking little efforts. So maybe as simple as, like for me, I just stopped drinking soda. I drink water. So I'm limiting all that sugar. That's one of the steps I do, and it's not very hard to do. You don't have to drastically do something. You just got to make a little bit of effort every day. Maybe it's, hey, I need to clean my house, but your house, it's overwhelming. Well, just start with one room. Clean your bedroom. And then the next day start with another room. You don't have to do it all in one shot, but make the right effort. Maybe it's finding a new job or career that will benefit you. So maybe it's taking an online class or filling out new job applications and taking the risk to try to get a new job. It's up to you. The path is not just for monks or spiritual seekers. This is not just for monks or Buddhists, it's for everybody. It's practical advice for anyone wanting to live with a more awareness and kindness. Learning to live with more awareness and kindness. So how do you improve your life? Practicing the Eightfold Path leads to greater self-awareness, emotional balance, and resilience. By understanding your thoughts and actions, you can break free from the negative patterns and the old cultivating. So learn to break free from your negative patterns and cultivate habits that support your well-being. So learn to cultivate new habits. It's easier said than done, but maybe take a moment of silence each day, or maybe just take your dog for a walk. A new, healthier habit. That's what I do, guys. I try to incorporate in my life healthier habits to keep me away from the negative habits. Right effort, right mindfulness help you notice cravings or triggers without acting on them. So when you learn right mindfulness and you have certain cravings, maybe you're trying to diet and you're craving that food and you're like, I'm being mindful right now and I'm craving sugar. Well, you know what? Nope. I recognize I'm craving sugar and I deny that thought. Or triggers without acting on them. So there's certain triggers in our lives, guys. We have emotional turmoil within us, or negative patterns or belief structures, and sometimes we get triggered by external or internal things, and we're triggered. And when we're triggered, we turn to self pleasures to distract us from our triggers. And we gotta learn, hey, I'm being triggered right now. For some people, when they get triggered, they want to drink. Some people want to eat. Some people want to lash out in anger. There's many spin-offs off that. But learn when you're being triggered how to deal with it properly in a healthy manner. By practicing right attention, you commit to healing and self-compassion rather than self-blame. So instead of blaming yourself and I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not wealthy enough, learn to practice right intention and change it and commit your life or your beingness to living a healthy and more self-compassionate. So like, hey, I am beautiful. I do make enough money to survive. At least I have a roof over my head. Limiting that self-negative talk is one of the best things you could do in your life. The path encourages you to replace negative habits with positive actions. So I'm going to repeat that for you if you guys made it this far in this my spiel. This path, the Eightfold Path, encourages you to replace negative habits with positive actions. Building a supportive environment for lasting change. Create lasting change. And that's all I'm about, guys, is to help those create lasting change in their life. How does this entail the Eightfold Path with relationships? The Eightfold Path strengthens relationships by fostering compassion, understanding, and effective communicating. A lot of relationships fail because of ineffective communication. We speak out in harsh ways or in negative ways to people that we care about, and it causes a rift. Or people unknowingly dump your partner or friend dump all their negative energy and negative talk to you, and over time it's draining, and you're like, hey, why am I allowing this person in my life? Every time I hang out with them or I'm around them, it's never positive, it's never uplifting, it's never encouraging, it's always negative, 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 poor, pitiful me, woe is me, and you're getting drained constantly. And that's not healthy either. So learn effective communication. It's okay to communicate like you're struggling in life, but you don't need to dump all your worries and fears and your emotional baggage on somebody else day after day after day. Be like, hey, I'm having a tough day, but I'm going to try to be positive about it. You know, it's up to you guys. Right speech guides you to be honest and gentle, avoiding words that hurt. Right action means treating your partner with respect and integrity. Right mindfulness helps you truly listen and be present. One of the problems is a lot of us, when you try to talk to someone in a calm, collected manner, they don't really listen. They go, yeah, but. You can be the most positive person, and all you want is to generally love and care for somebody and help them better their life, and you give them this positive things and all this, and then they're like, yeah, but, then they go back to that negative, and it's like, why am I trying to help this person? My words are just falling on deaf ears. Hold on. And you have to have integrity. Our world today lacks integrity. Many relationships lack integrity. You got the problem with our society is so many people are on these dating apps or whatever apps, and they're talking to 100, like some female you're attracted, they're talking to 100 different dudes, or the male's talking to 100 different females, and they're getting their constant attention from somebody. And then when there's a rift, maybe there's a struggle, they go, oh, well, who cares? I don't want to fix it and grow and self-improve or work on this. I'm just going to go talk to the other 99. We have to have integrity. And right mindfulness helps you listen and be present, deepening intimacy. Practicing these principles lead to a healthier, more loving connection. And that's the goal in life, to have a more loving connection to yourself, to family, friends, and lovers. How does this pertain to jobs or career? Choosing a better job, right livelihood, and ethical choices. Right livelihood invites you to consider how your work impacts you and others. So think about that, guys. How do you show up at work? Your attitude, how you carry yourself. Do you slack off at your job 80% of the time and let somebody else always have to do 110% to match your way? Or are you a boss and you own something and you don't treat your employees fairly? You sit there and buy a new car every year, go on trips, or gamble all your money away, and yet you haven't promoted the person that's running your business in years. What does that say about you? Learn to be a good boss by leading by example, by paying your employees or that person that holds your company together the right value and showing the right respect that they're owed. So how does your work impact others? By choosing a job that aligns with your values and does not cause harm. You find greater satisfaction and purpose. The path encourages you to seek meaningful work. Be fair in your dealings and contribute positively to your community, leading to both personal and professional fulfillment. So sometimes some people say, like, if you find a job you love, it's really not a job. So if you're miserable in your workplace, it's time to move on and find something that, like, hey, I'm not dreading going to work today. I'm happy to go to work today. I'm happy to spend 8, 9, 10 hours there because it's a healthy, loving, awesome place to work. Instead of, minute I get done with that 8-hour shift, I'm clocking out because it's so toxic to work there. And also, guys, this Eightfold Path is not just to do with Buddhism. It's also, there's some similarities in Christianity. While Buddhism and Christianity differ in their origins and beliefs, they share many ethical teachings. Both traditions value compassion, honesty, self-control, and loving others as oneself. The Buddhist practice of right action is similar to the Christian's emphasis on living morally and helping those in need. To live a moral life. I'm sorry, when I see this world through a spiritual lens, and so many people now are living immoral. And guys, I was a bad boy once. I lived a colorful life, so to speak. But I learned that lifestyle, that behavior wasn't healthy. It wasn't making me the best person I was or can be. I'm still trying to achieve to become the best version of myself. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Both paths encourage forgiveness, humility, and the pursuit of a higher purpose. Do you pursue a higher purpose? What is the meaning to your life? What are the reasons you do what you do? How are you achieving greatness? These wisdoms in Christianity and Buddhism share certain truths about wisdom, goodness, or universally all this knowledge crosses all religions forms. Because there's some truth to all religion. It just we gotta dive deeper, and we gotta not view it through the intellect, but through the heart, through our own inner knowing, through our own divine will and divine purpose. And here's the last thing I'm going to end this video on, is the importance of spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening may be Buddhism, Christianity, whatever it is, means seeing life more clearly and living with a greater awareness, compassion, and freedom from suffering. This transformation leads to a sense of inner peace and fulfillment that goes beyond material success or temporary pleasures. Awakening to helps you connect more deeply with yourself and others in the world, bringing meaning and joy to everyday life. We need to learn to connect from within, guys. We are so disconnected. And we're disconnected because so many of us are sitting on that phone for 3 hours, swiping, hearting this person, denying this person, or reading some foolish article, or watching videos that are meaningless, that are not helping you better your life, or if anything, are could be harmful for you. When you could be spending that time instead of swiping, or reading. You could, if you have kids, like there's so many parents who are on their phone 24/7, and they're ignoring their own children. You put that phone down for an hour, 2 hours, and be like, hey, I'm going to dedicate an hour or two of setting an example for my children. Maybe teach them about meditation or how to make better life choices. Teach them about the mistakes you made in your life and how they affected you, and teach them, hey, choose better, do better than what I have done. Because there's no greater influence in a child's life as their parent, as a father, as a mother. And you have the power to plant that seed in that person. With a little bit of watering, that person could grow and thrive to be the best. But you got to put the time and effort in. Not, hey, go to your room and play Xbox for 6 hours or watch your tablet for 10 hours. That's not helping them. Especially if you let them watch stuff unfiltered, and there's so much pre-programmed shows out there that are designed to make a human immoral, unethical. Don't you want fulfillment? I want to encourage you guys to look at your life and see areas that you could do more. You could be more. Hey, I could show up for that person more. I could be loving to my wife or husband more. And it's not about speaking. Hey, I'm telling your person, friend, child, whatever the boss, hey, I'm going to do better. It's by your actions, by your effort. So instead of me saying, I'm going to show you that I love you by doing some form of act of kindness or act of love, where I'm going to, hey, maybe it's your parents are elderly and you're like, hey, I'm going to show them I love them by, hey, I'm going to show up and I'm going to mow their lawn for them. I'm going to help them empty the garage out. Or, hey, I'm going to treat them to a vacation. And also, fulfillment is learning to remove all those negative behaviors. And if you follow my content on YouTube here, I emphasize on your thinking, your mindfulness, like learning to think positively, learning to feel emotion. We call it emotional maturity. Learning to master your emotions, your mind, and your thoughts. Because when you do that, you master the world around you. It's time to become masters of your life. It's time to, if there's that addiction or negative pattern or behavior in your life, to conquer it and overcome it. To say, hey, not today will you rule my life, because you see so many people led a folly. Or you see great athletes who had this great, college and professional careers ahead of them. And because of their own negative habits or their negative addictions, they lost everything. Instead of losing, I encourage you to start winning. Say today, I'm a winner. Today I win. Today I'm going to make positive choices. Today I'm going to create healthier relationships. Today I'm going to remove all those relationships that no longer serve my best interests. Those people, places, or environments or habits that are poisonous to me. And I'm going to remove them. I'm going to replace them with healthier habits, healthier people. My friends, I hope this video helps you. And if you can, please check out my books. They're on Amazon. Hidden Knowledge Gained Wisdom, Hidden Knowledge Gained Insight, Hidden Knowledge Path to the Divine, and last, The Alchemist Path to Inner Transformation. If you guys help me by getting one of those, checking out my work or purchasing one of my books, helps me do what I do. Anyway, I wish you all the best, and I send you all my love. And you can do anything you set your mind to. It just takes a little bit of effort. God bless you, my friends.